Hey everyone, it's Noor and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna talk about how to have the I don't believe in defeat mentality. And most importantly, how to make sure this mentality becomes a part of you. And I will tell you something, when you don't believe in defeat, nothing will be able to stop you. And that is why this mentality is extremely powerful. You will literally be one of the best, most powerful people on the planet. So without further ado, let's dive into the video. So there are techniques which you can use to make sure that you are getting rid of defeat. And if you use those techniques, you'll be able to overcome those defeats that you may be experiencing right now. So the first technique is actually acknowledging obstacles without fear. No matter what you're going through right now, the first rule is to never fear that obstacle. Realize that it's not the end of the world. It's not gonna bite you. You're not gonna die because of it. Okay? It's not that deep. Literally. This is the first thing you need to realize. Is that, okay, I'm going through something. No problem. This should be your mentality, you know? I lost my job. No problem. Don't be afraid of it. It's alright. It's cool. Okay, I'm gonna get through this. Let's say I'm going through a health problem. No problem. I'm gonna go through the doctor to see what's going on with me, and then I'm gonna be able to take the right steps in order to make sure I heal. So you see, no matter what happens, don't be afraid of the obstacle itself. Practice believing that God is with you through that situation, and with Him you'll be able to get through it and handle it. See, the main thing, especially if you are somebody that whenever something happens, or let's say nothing happens, or you're just living your life and you tend to wait, it's like you are anticipating obstacles, or in every situation you think you can see the obstacle, you can spot the obstacle, then you need to change your perspective and the way you look at things. If let's say you want to open a business, an obstacle person would be like, I'm gonna call him an obstacle person. He would be like, okay, but like I don't have enough money. What if it fails? What if I lose my money? What if it doesn't work out? So he's gonna be having all these thoughts, which are basically him highlighting the obstacles instead of him seeing the opportunities. And here's the thing, if that person changes their mentality and start looking at things in another perspective and not fearing that obstacle, he's gonna go from asking himself these questions to thinking to himself, okay, I want to open a business. What are the steps needed in order to do that? Take calculated risks, thinking positively that no matter what, he's gonna get through this. He's gonna give it his all. He's gonna walk by faith. He's gonna realize that if he takes the right steps needed, he's actually gonna have a beautiful business, and that business is gonna generate him a lot of money. So you see, it's all about the perspective. And trust me, once you have a good perspective, only then you'll be able to see positive outcomes, because you can't be expecting yourself to have a positive life or a positive outcome if you're gonna keep thinking negatively and fear the unknown. Stop fearing the unknown and just give it to God, have faith, and keep going. Always remember that a clear mind with no negative thoughts gives you power. So you always flush out the negative thoughts. If you find yourself thinking negative thoughts, I want you to stop and directly flush them out and think positively, because this is the only thing that's going to help you. Keep in mind, all the techniques that I'm going to be listing, they're positively correlated with each other. So they go hand in hand. They're like related and they're very similar. You know, so here's the thing. The second technique you need to do is basically not make the obstacle a big deal. Realize that the rough is only mental. Because here's the truth, right? A lot of times we go through things and our minds make it a big deal. But if you generally take a look at it from an outside perspective and what it actually is, it's not as big as our mind is making it out to be. So we need to be careful. Every time we go through something, you know, convince yourself that it's not that big of a deal. There are also some people that go through bad things before they even happen. Let's say you've got something coming up, you've got an important presentation you need to do, and you find yourself stuck in this loop of thoughts, like of all the bad things that might happen. Or let's say you go through something and then your mind is telling you, like, how are you going to be able to navigate this? Like, this is so big. But in reality, it really isn't. So be aware of your thoughts, because they could be really dangerous. See, your thoughts can even elevate you or break you. You need to make sure that they elevate you by making your mind your best friend. Literally, your mind, your brain should not be your enemy. Your brain should help you. And when your brain is working in your favor, you'll see how easy life is. It's gonna be like a game, pretty much. Like, you're just, yeah, I've got this, no problem. I'll be able to do it. I don't believe in defeat, you know, and even if I fall 7 times, get up 8. You need to have that mentality. So make sure, literally, whatever you are going through, to adjust your mentality and watch how the obstacle becomes easier. So if you are having thoughts of defeat, you need to get rid of those thoughts. Because if you think defeat, then you're gonna tend to get it. If you think positive, then you're gonna tend to get it. This is the power of the law of attraction. So always have the I don't believe in defeat attitude. I don't lose. I just learn, you know? So what, something bad happens? It's a lesson. Always take it in a positive way. No matter what you go through, you need to believe that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. You need to have faith that I'm gonna get through it. And defeat doesn't exist. See, the only way you lose is if you give up. If you don't give up, you're never gonna lose. I assure you that. So even if you've been working hard on something, or you're thinking thoughts of defeat or like all these negative things, adjust your mental state and you will eventually see how beautiful life becomes. You know, have faith. Learn to let go and let God. Stop worrying and stop fearing. And literally, whatever you are going through, just give it to God and He will handle it. You will have that weight lifted up your shoulders, so stop worrying about it. Believe that God is by your side and that the problem is gonna be fixed with Him, and watch how everything becomes so peaceful and your life changes. Here's a prayer you can use when you're going through something, when you're thinking all these thoughts. Use that prayer and genuinely believe it while you're saying it. It says this: God, I am going through a tough time, but I believe that with you, I'll be able to get through it. I place this problem in your hands, God. I believe you can solve it. No matter what happens, it is in your will, because what's in your hands is good. That's it. That's all you have to do, right? And then just walk by faith and not by sight. And your mind is going to be cleansed because you're literally giving it all to God. You're not going to have to worry. You're not going to fear. You're not going to do anything. So that technique is pretty much putting things in God's hands, letting go, and just having faith that everything is going to work out. So yeah, guys, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys learned something new and I hope this video helped someone. Everything that I just listed, I implemented onto my life and I saw the difference. And if it didn't work out with me, I wouldn't have shared what I shared. And because I want to help as many people as possible, I believe that if you genuinely implement everything that I said in this video, your life will change. And you'll see how amazing life becomes once you choose to see the bright side, not the dark side. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos. And make sure to follow me on my socials. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.